said the money turn to hate to love. They pretend to be. I got an unforgettable face. They remember me. We gon' make $1 million this summer. Don't tell me that I can't. More stars ballin' with the champs.
Right.
Condo flat screen longer than Durant. Green box, Southport. I miss Summers. 15, 8 bodies, they getting younger. Die before I sell my soul. Ran, that's the end of me. Heart full of anger. Demons before changes. Got the same blood, but it feels like we strangers. Used to spin the yard, skipping the early go back. Fuck Jersey, you shoot, we shoot. That's a throwback. Touch any one of my niggas, they gon' sentence me. The homies from the west sit rich and smoke on the boat pack. Outpost.
Yeah, I got it. Definitely.
All I see is money machines. I'm gonna finish me. I'm strapped now.
Hip hop is real. No bars. We are back.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. We back, man.
Come on, man. How you doing, brother? You got the holes in the shirt with the ventilation and everything?
Yeah, I mean, you know, Balenciaga shit, man. I mean, just feeling good, man. Feeling blessed, black, rich as fuck, and yeah, happy to be.
Here we go, happy.
Successful, independent, with masculinity intact. Yeah.
I think you just gave me my first subject with masculinity intact.
Right.
Let's talk about it. Do you feel, is it our generation or our people or some of our men are being feminized too much or?
Yeah. I mean, definitely, right? There's a real blunt, in your face, conscious effort to destroy black men. I mean, this is right up there with the lynchings. You know, everything is drill this, everything is kill this, everything is op this, everything is spin the block, everything is kill that nigga, shoot him, shoot up the funeral. I mean, and record labels are setting aside budgets to promote this self-destructive content, right? You know, I've said this numerous times, right? Like, the government utilized crack to break down the community in the 80s. Now they're using music and they're weaponizing music to destroy our communities today, to destroy the minds of little black boys. And if we're not protecting the minds of the youth, we're not going to have any future at all. So, yeah.
French Montana recently mentioned record labels taking out life insurance for the rappers. So, you know, pretty much profiting off of self-destruction and things like that.
I mean, for the most part, you know, record labels, they've always taken out life insurance for artists. It just was in a fine print. And a lot of artists didn't realize, you know, that they were more valuable dead than alive. And you have to be careful from the advice you get from successful people, and you have to be careful of the advice you get from people that's in the industry. Because if you sold your soul, or if it's a possibility that you compromise, I'm not really trusting your perspective or outlook on black, you know, on black issues. You know, so yeah, but it's tough. It's tough, and there's a lot of you know, self-destructive messaging. There's a lot of self-hatred being perpetuated through the music because it's being marketed to the kids. And being that to this day we don't own our own digital distribution, we don't own our own streaming services, we don't own our own satellites, we don't own our own radio stations. That's why Don Imus was a unicorn, right? Bob Johnson was a unicorn. After those great black men in business, in the digital business space or media, there's been no successors. So we've been confined to building our house in the next man's backyard. So we've been strategically marginalized, and we've been strategically consolidated and confined to the limitations and comfortability of our oppressor.
Now, how do you feel about New York attempting to ban the drill music? Legislations and things like that, trying to...
I mean, I love that. I love that, but I think there has to be accountability. Do you blame the person committing the crime, or do you blame the system creating conditions that create criminal activity, that make criminal activity a necessity for survival? Right? So, yeah, you could lock up the crackhead every day, but is there therapy? Is there rehabilitation? I mean, record labels, companies like, and I've said this numerous times, right? Companies like Vivendi, Viacom, they run music, they run media. So if we're not holding the true people responsible, accountable, then no change is going to take place.
All right, now speaking of music along those lines, and gang music and gang activity. Obviously, Young Thug and Gunna with the Rico case. A lot of innocent people kind of caught up in that, because obviously the gang is kind of big and not everybody's doing the same thing, but you're part of the organization and you go down.
I mean, I don't wish death or prison on anybody, but you reap what you sow. Life or death is of the tongue. How you think creates how you feel. How you feel becomes an emotion. That emotion becomes a vibration. That vibration becomes a magnet that attracts things to you. So if you constantly make content about killing people and murder this and fuck your life and all this other shit, then don't be surprised when what you're rapping about, when what you're speaking about manifests and materialize into actual things, which is unfortunate. And it's very easy to separate a black man from his money when his money is being controlled by his oppressor or his colonizer. It's very easy to take that money away when you didn't make it the right way, or you didn't understand all the ramifications of the business that you was involved in, so you can keep the money and create sustainable revenue streams and an actual portfolio for your business, instead of you going to the strip club and throwing $75K at a chick who's shaking her booty. How about you take a course on economics, or learn how to be a CPA, a certified public accountant, right? Like you learn how to watch your money, how to grow your money, and even understand the money that you're making, short term and long term. And most artists, part of the artist development has to cover and should cover finances. There's no way you're making all this money, but you're retiring broke. There's no way we're generating all this money, but we don't have our own distribution. We don't have our own streaming services. We don't have our own YouTube. We don't have our own Google. It's a reason, it's a reason why.
So when you hear about like hip hop police, Rico cases, and what you just mentioned about people not knowing, do you think there should be some type of educational course for these rappers? I don't want to say like a sit down in class, but some type of curriculum where they kind of go through it, to try to understand it.
Yeah. I mean, artists, look, man, the music business is not pro artists. I've said this numerous times. The music business is ran by the devil. So it's not designed to create content to uplift the black man, right? This is why you can't find any Jewish rappers saying "spin the block, kill the kite." This is why you can't find any Chinese rappers saying "get the chink, get the yellow man and blow him up." This is why you don't find those Spanish rappers talking about, "Hey, the next spick you see, we're gonna chop him up with our machete we got from the banana boat." We're the only race that talks about killing ourselves, and it's accepted, and it's mass marketed, and it's cool. It's disgusting. So it's a reason for that. The music business will never be in our favor until we create our own industry, we create our own music, and we create our own business that uplifts our people. That's what hip hop started out as, but then it deteriorated over time once our colonizers saw the value in it, and you know how powerful it could be, and how to weaponize it to destroy the subconscious mind. To where now the woman is a whore, and the black man is a homosexual. So if you have a whore, if you have a whore and a homosexual, and they're both submissive to the European, how do you empower a community with those two people in positions of leadership? And unfortunately, what you do in the bedroom is your business. But most homosexual black men are subservient to white men in corporate America. So, you know, and yeah. No, I mean, yeah. You know, we were talking about just the current status of music and how music, shit, man, it's fucked up. It's being weaponized.
Yeah.
And I think it's imperative that we be more responsible with, you know, the content we create and the energy we put out.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And the content, you know, obviously what we consume. I think there's balance in everything. Because, you know, you can probably turn on the radio and be like, you know, this is a catchy beat, but that doesn't mean that's your everyday thing. You understand what I'm saying?
Right,
so I think there's a conscious effort needs to be put on each person as well.
Yeah, but
accountability as well.
I really believe there should be no room for self-destructive or self-hate music. There should never be a balance.
I agree as well.
With saying, I'm gonna spin the block
and kill my brothers
and kill a black man.
Mm-hmm.
If there's a balance, then make some music about killing a cop. Make some music about blowing up a fire department.
In the great words of Khalid Muhammad, how come I don't hear about no drive-bys at the police station?
Yeah, you know,
so tough.
I got a record about that, Ballad of a Cop Killer. I get high when that pistol pop. Glock got me fiending, nigga spin the block. I just shot a cop, you should have seen it. Blood, what is that? Blood shooting out his head looking like a sprinkler. Fuck the judge, we gonna go. Well, I said fuck the judge, we gonna throw. What do I say to him? Fuck the judge, we gonna, let's go to war. I mean, we gonna throw C4 in the precinct, something like that. His daughter trying to stop the pistol whipping. I'm like, move, bitch.
That's the kind of music.
Bullet holes in his badge.
Yeah. Yeah, we used to have that type of music, obviously, in the 90s and things like that.
Yeah. So, no, I mean, again, so I don't think there's ever any room for self-destructive music, especially pertaining to black people, right? So, you know, yeah, man. So, I think we got to be more responsible just with the type of, the type of content we create. Yeah. So, mama getting high, daddy friend fucking her, praying she asking God why that man keep touching her. Force away a smile when she wanna frown. Hard to go to school, look at teachers in the eye when you wanna die. Got blood in the panties, a period ain't come yet.
Now, with you, obviously in your community, you're doing the boxing and things like that for the kids, obviously to keep them off the streets and to give them another, avenue and things like that. Mm-hmm. How does that tie into the music? And obviously they're listening to other things. They may not like your style of music or
right.
The positive music. What do you say to that?
I just want to create different options.